Well, a leaked memo from U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland to the Department of Justice about election year sensitivities has people talking.
They're talking about what it could mean for any potential prosecution of former President Donald Trump ahead of November's midterm elections. Now, a former U.S. attorney from Alabama is weighing in on what the memo really means. News 19's Madison Neal spoke with Doug Jones and joins us now.
Emily, Doug Jones previously served as a U.S. Senator and U.S. Attorney. He says memos like the one that was leaked are commonly sent out. And to boil it all down, it was a reminder to the DOJ that they shouldn't do anything to affect an election.
Doug Jones says some people are taking a recent leaked Department of Justice memo out of context, and he wants to set the record straight.
There's so much misinformation out there. A lot of it is intentional misinformation, but a lot of it's not. And when I see something that's in my wheelhouse and my experience as a former United States attorney, as somebody that knew a little bit about it, it would be good to go on there and just kind of calm people down a little bit.
Jones says the memo was standard practice during an election season.
And it's basically, we shouldn't do anything to affect an election. Bottom line, the Department of Justice should not do anything in the criminal justice system that can be seen to intentionally or even inadvertently affect the election. That's what that memo is about.
He says despite what some people are insinuating, there was nothing in the memo to suggest that indictments were not coming or that investigations into Donald Trump's actions following the 2020 election would be stopped.
They're going to keep things on the down low during the election cycle. It is a very partisan world that we're living in. They don't want to be seen as partisan, even though they will be cast that way regardless of where they go. But the investigations are going to continue.
Jones says the DOJ will continue investigations to determine if there's enough evidence to bring a criminal trial against Trump or anyone else.
And Doug Jones says that bringing charges against a former president would be historic and not an easy decision to make.